Ladies and gentlemen, it is day 3 of Conservative Party Conference.
With every hour that passes, I grow more and more convinced that Conservative Party has totally lost its grip of reality.
Like, it started with them pretending it was going amazing when all of these seats were empty.
You had a cabinet minister, Michael Gove, hyping tax cuts while the Prime Minister and the Chancellor are like, no, I don't know what he's talking about. But that's just disinterest and division. Now, as of yesterday, last night, we are firmly in the realm of delusion.
We've got cabinet ministers who are suggesting an imaginary tax that never existed that they recently rode back on would somehow be resurrected under a Labour administration.
The meat tax isn't a thing. It was never a thing.
Next, you had Scottish Tory Andrew Bowie pretending that 15-minute cities were a thing.
Now, 15-minute cities are a conspiracy theory, this idea that the deep state are going to put all of your amenities and utilities and everything close to you and you won't be permitted to step outside of your zone or whatever.
An idea that millions of us could probably get on board with for the sole reason that
commuting fucking sucks.
But still, like the meat tax, it is a complete fabrication.
Now, Coutinho and Bowie are still relatively obscure names to most of us, so you might be thinking, well, at least none of the heavy hitters are subscribing to this barrel-scraping, integrity bin style of politics, right?
Wrong. Even the Prime Minister himself was caught lying about a Labour plan to implement a blanket 20-mile-an-hour rule across the country.
Have you seen that interview? It is painful. It's Sunak saying, blanket 20 mile an hour. The journalist is like, it's not a blanket 20 mile. And he's like, but a blanket 20 mile. You keep saying blanket, but it's not. Right, but it is a blanket.
Now, you might be thinking, what the fuck is going on if MPs, ministers, the Home Secretary and the PM
are all just liberally retailing nonsense in speeches, interviews? What the fuck is going on?
And the answer is very simple. Let me break this down for you.
The Tories used to have a conveyor belt of constantly replenishing Conservative voters because when the oldies die out, more people turn 40, they buy houses, they're looking for fiscal responsibility and risk-averse policies. But nowadays, thanks to the ballooning cost of childcare and your mortgage and rent, nobody has that stability. So there's not that natural need for fiscal responsibility and risk-averse policy. So what do? To bring people over to the right, they have to channel hate and fear and cliche and caricature and lies.
Labour are going to drag us back into the EU.
No, they're not. They've never said that.
There's going to be 10 million immigrants.
What? No, there's not. This is why I think Labour need to fight fire with fire. Like, make up conspiracies about the Tories. Like, did you hear the one that I just made up about why Suella is so against 20-mile-an-hour speed limits? It's because she ran over a 3-year-old.